Fishing nets versus attack drones. Such protection has already proven to be effective at the front. And European countries are helping Ukraine a lot with this disguise. They give tons of fishing nets completely free of charge. And such cooperation is already growing into an entire industry. Kyiv and Liznoy saw both the people involved and the process itself. In the yard of this enterprise, the owners asked not to name where exactly, they put up fishing nets. Although the owners have nothing to do with robot fishing. These are fishing nets that Holland provides us with free of charge so that we can use them. We use them to protect against enemy drones. And our Union of Telecadasine Production Entrepreneurs, together with the TCA Foundation, together with the Volunteer Battalion, brings these nets and distributes them free of charge to our defenders. To deliver fishing nets to Ukraine, it was necessary to involve volunteers, both Ukrainian and Dutch. We have a big business they fish here, and there are a lot of unnecessary nets. The old ones no longer use them. Our fishermen didn't know what to do with them. I talked to the fishermen, they agreed to give them away. I collected them. The class became interested in Ukraine back in 2013, and at the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Russia, he volunteered. He bought a trailer and carries gunning. And despite the talk about Europe's general fatigue from the war in Ukraine, he believes that our war is common, European, against totalitarianism. Now I understand why Hitler has become so popular in 30 years. A lot of people just thought they had their own lives and politics would pass them by. But this did not happen. Together, Ukrainian and Dutch volunteers delivered 9 heavy trucks with fishing nets to Ukraine. And this is 140 tons of cargo. We are very lucky, because these meshes, like third-party raw materials, they're worth it too. And due to the fact that our friends in the Netherlands simply donated them, this is a resource of several $millions. For more than 2.5 years of war, volunteers have learned to make connections very quickly. In order for people from the sea industry to get to our military, many people were involved. Some negotiated, others organized the transportation of humanitarian cargo. However, during this time, Ukraine received only 20 pieces of fishing nets, which the Dutch are ready to give for our needs. In total, there is an agreement on 4,000 tons. As far as I understand, they give us nets that the country is getting rid of, and they are given away for free. I am responsible for logistics, that is, delivery and point. It is also worth talking about how exactly these nets get directly to the front. We form a need, including from units in Ukraine, or communicate about joint logistics, or help them reach their positions in some way. Often, even the military are interested in coming and choosing the nets they need. Someone needs 10 tons, someone needs 500 tons. Although it seems strange, such nets are the best protection on the front line. This is how the fighters themselves speak about them. This is where our target is when it flies.
Due to the fact that it is very strong, it detonates, and the main explosion occurs directly at a distance from the target. And this makes it possible to save equipment, to save personnel. FPV drones on the contact line are the biggest threat to both the military and equipment. The FPV drone should fly right inside. And it turns out that if we protect the entrance to the dugout with this net from above, from the side, in front of the positions, behind the positions, and when the FPV drone flies a long distance, the video signal is already weak, with dashes, and the pilot does not look at it. It is not visible. It just flies into the net. Okay, it explodes, but it explodes from the outside. Fishing nets have been used as protection during the war for a very long time. So the British during the First World War used them in the Navy as protection against small targets. And during World War II, these nets stretched into air balloons that protected against aircraft. Volunteers believe that these nets will help not only soldiers in the front zone. We are preparing for a difficult winter. And all of them have, for example, hospitals. In order for the operating intensive care unit to work stably, it is necessary to have generators. Generators need to be refueled. All material resources are stored in the warehouse. So you can use these nets, for example, to cover the warehouse, and it will be protected from epidrons and lancets. Witnesses from the Netherlands are protecting soldiers and others along the entire front line. This is what the soldiers themselves say. This aid has no price. This is the protection of the lives of our soldiers and our equipment from loitering ammunition and FPV, which, unfortunately, are now very numerous. With your help, we will win. Thank you to your country. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Wow, in order for the golden nets to be in Ukraine as soon as possible, we need our help. Because the arrival of